Hello to each and every one of you, wherever in the world you're tuning in from. Welcome to the Longines World Racing Awards, presented by Longines and the International Federation of Horse Racing Authorities. My name is Francesca Kamani and we're at the National Horse Racing Museum in Newmarket, England, to bring you a look back at the global flat season of 2021 and all the entertainment and high drama it brought, courtesy of the jockeys, the horses and the races themselves. Now, most importantly, we want you to get involved as well, either using the hashtag Longines World Racing Awards or commenting in the feed below as we take a look back at all the action in the next 30 minutes or so.
Ready to go. The locals can't beat him. The internationals can't beat him. This is his house.
Is it the race for the ages, the one we were scripting for? Yes, it is. Played by POULE, the X Factor is going to cause the upset.
Yes, well, I can.
The first Derby winner since Galileo to win the King George.
As you see, fast horses.
Let's go. A superstar wins the Breeders' Cup Classic.
It's absolutely surreal.
Loves Only You will forever be a winner.
I can't find words.
You look after them, and they really look after you.
They're going to be a proper test of endurance, which is what you want. It brings out the best athletes.
They are making their way into the barrier. Wherever you are watching, good luck. History is about to be made.
Trying to come through an opening on the inside. They're coming to the wire. And it is. It's desperately close.
Baid wins. Baid is still unbeaten.
And this colt is incredible. As they make their way to the top of the stretch, into the final furlong.
And he's holding on. He's relentless. The champion 2-year-old has won the test of the champion.
With action coming thick and fast from around the world on the track, we also saw some standout performances from the men and women in the saddle, the jockeys. Whilst in Japan, Christophe Lemaire and Yuichi Fukunaga shone, in Australia, it was James McDonald who asserted his authority on the competition, and in both Europe and America we were treated to a William Buick masterclass. However, none of these top jockeys could pose a challenge to the now three-time Longines World's best jockey, Ryan Moore. He was a model of consistency throughout the year, with big important victories in Hong Kong, in Dubai and across Europe. We visited Ryan at his home in Newmarket following his crowning as the 2021 Longines World's Best Jockey to discuss his incredible season.
I've always felt throughout my time riding that racing was a global sport and it was important. The most important thing was to be competitive all around the world, and then you know where you are.
Near the 1,000 metre mark, so over halfway in the Longines Hong Kong VASE.
Yeah, MOGUL was a very good 3-year-old. He was dominant when he won the VASE. We held him in high regard as a 3-year-old, and he looked a really exciting horse when he won.
MOGUL for Ireland wins the VASE. MOGUL by 3.5 beat Exultant in Columbus County.
Yeah, extravagant kid in the Alquois. Brendan Walsh kindly gave me the ride, and his horse I'd seen at the Breeders' Cup, and I think he's one of those horses that he needed like a fast run 6, and the straight track was going to suit him.
Extravagant Kid for the USA is bursting through, and Final Song is late. Extravagant Kid hit the front. Extravagant Kid wins it.
You know, the race suited him, straight track, and I was delighted to ride a winner for Brendan.
And on the right-hand turn, Love and Ryan Moore on her reappearance run, last year's Guineas and Oaks winner.
The Prince of Wales was her first run of the year, and she was obviously ready to go, but it was her first run since August, and bless her, she She made all her own running, and she held on well from a Breeders' Cup winner.
But Love finding plenty for Ryan Moore. Armory is in third, and Love is coming up to the line. She sends Ascot head over heels. A special filly has won. Love.
It was great to win the Prince of Wales that day. For me, it's the highlight of Royal Ascot. I think it's the most important race of the week. But she was a great race mare, and it was a privilege to ride her.
Dream of Dreams and Glen Shield from Art Power. Happy Power, Garris is running on. Dream of Dreams this time has won the Diamond Jubilee at the third attempt.
Dream of Dreams, he'd been a lovely old horse for Syed Sahel, and the owner deserved for the horse to finally put his head in front. He'd been very patient with the horse, and it worked out well. He had speed on his side, and it all happened and unfolded nicely for him.
St Mark's Basilica going clear now by 3 winding lengths. Mishrif and Adaim have been simply turned away. It's going to be 4 straight Group 1s for St Mark's Basilica.
Yeah, St Mark's Basilica, he was a tremendous horse. He would relax so well in his races, and he'd just do as you wanted him to do. Everything you asked him to do, he'd done it straight away. So he was very unique, and the turn of foot was something exceptional, and yeah, he was an excellent racehorse.
And at St Mark's Basilica, Poetic Third turned over to sprint across the track. St Mark's Basilica on the near side of Poetic Third, and St Mark's Basilica completes a magnificent array of Group 1 victories.
At the end of the day, you only win these awards because of the horses that you're riding, and I'm very lucky that I get to ride for some of the best horses for the best owners all around the world, and yeah, so you can't do anything without the horse, so it's only because of them.
Many congratulations to Ryan, and we can't wait to see what the 2022 season holds in store for him. Now, from individual triumph to collective success, we move on to the Longines World's Best Horse Race Award. There's no doubting that there were some scintillating moments on the track that had racing fans on the very edge of their seats. But before we reveal which was the best race of 2021, let's take a look back at some of the highlights of the top races.
And they're all in line. They're off, and they're off. The little boy is on the outside.
The outside Loves Only You trying to push its way into the clear.
This could be a thriller.
Oh, it's desperately close.
It's a classic renewal.
They're not going to catch him.
Next go, a superstar wins the Breeders' Cup Classic. The 4 of them heading to the finish in the Kentucky Derby. Here's the wire. Medina Spirit has won the Kentucky Derby.
A Shima Classic comes up, and it's Mishrif by a head over Chronogenesis, and Loves Only You. We'll remember that for years.
C'est donc l'Allemagne qui va remporter cette 100e édition.
Halisbeer is digging in, but Baid wins. Baid is still unbeaten and wins the Queen Elizabeth II stakes. Feel-Away will not be denied. Feel-Away for France wins the Champion Stakes. William Buick by a length and a half to Mishrif. He's relentless, the first Derby winner since Galileo to win the King George.
And comes Contrail wider out. The top 3 in betting. They're vying. Euphoria, the colt hits the front. Euphoria starts to stretch. They're not going to catch him. Euphoria's going to take out the Tenno Show. Later, POULE will go on and score by 3 from Mozu Bello into second. Bond keeps on, has a bit of a kick, and Euphoria's got a fight on his hands. Euphoria and Deep Bond. Euphoria has a margin. Euphoria, Deep Bond. Euphoria wins.
One of the best races you'll ever see anywhere in the world.
What an utterly unforgettable season it was. However, there can only be one winner of the Longines World's Best Horse Race Award, and surely nothing packed more of a punch than this year's thrilling renewal of the 100th Qatar Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. And what a blockbuster lineup it was, featuring champion horses from France, from Ireland, from England and Japan. However, it was Germany who provided the victor as Torquato Tasso swooped to victory. The ratings of the first 4 horses home serve as the basis for the assessment in the Longines World's Best Horse Race. And it was the Arc that came out on top in ratings for Group 1 races in 2021, where the first 4 horses home were Torquato Tasso, Tarnawa, Hurricane Lane and Adayar. We spoke to the CEO of France Gallo, Olivier Delois, about the time-honoured contest and the prestige of winning this award for the 5th time.
It was a very special renewal of the Qatar Prix d'Arc de Triomphe in 2021 as we celebrated the 100th running of the race. It was really exciting to enjoy such a strong lineup with 8 individual Group 1 winners coming from 5 different countries. And obviously, eventually being crowned as the world's best horse race was definitely the icing on the big birthday cake.
Snowfall également qui est là. Adayar pour la victoire avec Hurricane Lane. Tarnawa qui a fait le passage qui vient très fort. Torquato Tasso complètement à l'extérieur. Torquato Tasso avec Tarnawa avec Hurricane Lane qui lui répond. Torquato Tasso avec Tarnawa. Torquato Tasso et c'est donc l'Allemagne qui va remporter cette 100e édition de l'Arc de Triomphe.
Torquato Tasso was probably not the best known of the field ahead of the race, but he definitely showed some very strong credentials, winning already 2 Group 1 races in his home country in Germany. And he also showed on the day of the race both the stamina and the ability to accelerate that really make an Arc winner. We are very proud that the Qatar Prix d'Arc de Triomphe is once again crowned as the world's best horse race. And actually it has won this title 5 times in the last 7 years. I believe that the Arc has long been the end-of-year focus for most great horses for multiple reasons. The main assets are probably the prestige, the history of the race, the long list of glorious winners, the quality of the track that we managed to offer at that time of the year, prize money of course, and more globally maybe the quality of the experience that France Gallo can offer to all runners' connections. Having the Qatar Prix d'Arc de Triomphe win this title is a matter of satisfaction and great pride for France Gallo and French racing. Racing is getting more and more global, and in this context it's really important for French racing and its flagship racecourse, that is Paris-Longchamp, to remain a front runner.
Congratulations to Paris-Longchamp and the Arc de Triomphe on another glittering renewal of the race. But we can't cover the Arc de Triomphe without hearing from the winning jockey on his tactically flawless ride. We headed over to Dubai to catch up with René Pietulek and hear all about how the race was won.
The only thing that was in my head was don't fall off the horse. So we jump off. I had a good position behind Adayar, and so I stay behind him. I know he runs the most of the races from the 3rd, 4th, 5th position. I spoke to the trainer before. He said we have to run on the outside of the field so we don't go between the horses, and that was why I was happy with my position. William Burke, he took the lead after a slow race, and I said, okay, I can't follow him, I have to stay where I've been. And on the inside was Hurricane Lane, was Tarnawa. I was happy with my position. Around the last bend, there was Deep Bond behind me, and I was waiting until somebody tried to pass me. And he was the first one who tried this. So I was waiting until he was directly close to me, and when he was close to me, I started to push him. So I started to push him, and when I switched the whip to the left side, he started to run very fast, and so the second wind, and the last 200 meters, I think I'm going to earn money, but I didn't think that I can win the race, and on the last 100 meters I know I was going to win. So it was an amazing race, and I still can't believe it. The whole evening, everybody was giving congrats, and I think it's a dream of everyone, of every good jockey.
With the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe coming out on top as the Longines World's Best Horse Race, let's have a look at the top 10 races from the 2021 season. From horse races to race horses, we now move on to the Longines World's Best Racehorse Award. And haven't we been treated to some superb equine athletes this year? From the sprinting sensation Nature Strip in Australia, right through to Shadwell's brilliant undefeated BASILICA in Britain. However, the battle at the top has been down to the wire with some seriously impressive performances. In this year's competition, we have 3 horses tied in second place on a rating of 127. And with some top-level performances across the Middle East and Europe, these horses have kept us gripped by their tenacity. Let's now take a look at who shares that second spot in the 2021 Longines World's Best Racehorse Award.
The secret is like everything in life. It's hard work, dedication, there's no shortcuts.
And they're off for the 2021 Kazoo Derby.
Great performance from a great horse, and a horse who's a very straightforward horse to ride.
In the dark blue jacket, sitting third, chasing the leaders, Max Sweeney with Third Realm.
So he has to be up there with the best, obviously best middle distance horses.
And Hurricane Lane in third, and it's going to be a shock result. And Adair is pouring on and striding clear to win the Kazoo Derby.
The one thing about him is he just battles. I suppose he just got to the point, and the horse told William, and William told him, and they thought, right, let's go.
Adair for Godolphin, and William Buick by a length and a half to Mishriff, and he's holding on, he's relentless, and Adair the first Derby winner since Galileo to win the King George.
You know, he won at Epsom, now he's won the King George against all the horses. He's won a big field, he's won small field, he's won on slower ground, he's won on faster ground, so he's very versatile. He is everything a good horse should be.
Mishriff Charlatan, Mishriff conquers the cup, an upset winner, defeating Charlatan.
Obviously coming off a Saudi Cup win, maybe some would say the pressure was more immense because he had more of a chance, and he's stepping up against top class horses here.
Gates are back and they're racing in the Shima, and Mogul off the inside began beautifully, so too did Walton Street.
My mind frame going out was very relaxed. I thought he was really tough the last 100 yards. Another horse could have easily thrown in the towel, but he showed a lot of grit.
Mishriff at Snows in front of the Shima Classic. A Shima Classic comes up, and it's Mishriff. Mishriff by a head over Chronogenesis, and Loves Only You. We'll remember that for years.
Thankful to everyone around me for putting me in the position to be able to ride such a champion in Mishriff. Look, he shows he's so versatile. He can run over any trip and any surface.
He's drawing further clear, and this is the Mishriff we've seen the world over, producing his best form back in the UK, and Mishriff absolutely blitzes them in the Judbot.
For a young rider like me, it's very important to these big races. They don't come along very often. You get a handful of them every year, and you've got to deliver us, but thankfully I've got a great partner in Mishriff.
He's been a great horse for us all the way. He's the perfect blend of obviously Galileo and Sayuni. He's been by Sayuni. He's a seriously important horse for us. He relaxes, sleeps, eats, very easy to deal with, very easy in a race. Obviously then he has the Sayuni speed when he turns in, like he's really able to quicken.
Here down the outside, Mille Bosque is going, but look at St Mark's Basilica. This one's pulled away, gone 3 or 4 lengths clear. Mille Bosque finishes well on the near side, but it's St Mark's Basilica who's won it.
I'm not a chef, obviously, but if you're baking a cake and you're missing one ingredient, still very good, the cake, but it's not quite right. And I think hopefully we've got all the ingredients to be successful.
St Mark's Basilica going clear now by 3 widening lengths. Mishrif and Adabe have been simply turned away. It's going to be 4 straight Group 1s for St Mark's Basilica and a record-equalling win for Aidan O'Brien, his 5th in the CORAL-ECLIPSE.
And it's St Mark's Basilica to sprint across the track. St Mark's Basilica on the near side, a poetic third attempt. St Mark's Basilica completes a magnificent array of Group 1 victories.
Superb efforts from those 3, Adayar, Mishrif and St Mark's Basilica, all with outstanding seasons on the track. Looking forward to seeing Adayar and Mishrif back on the track in 2022, but we wish St Mark's Basilica a happy retirement and all the best in his new career at stud. And that now leaves us with one outstanding winner of the Longines World's Best Racehorse Award. Now, this horse opened his campaign this year with a win in the Grade 1 Pegasus World Cup at Gulfstream Park a full 12 months ago, before bringing the curtain down on his season with a win in the Grade 1 Longines Breeders' Cup Classic at Del Mar in November. And within that time also managed to pick up 3 further graded stakes victories, including the Grade 1 Whitney Stakes at Saratoga.
And now, on a final rating of 129, we present to you this year's Longines World's Best Racehorse, Nix Go.
He's got a ton of class. He's a very intelligent horse. Obviously, he's been at this for a few years now.
And they're off in the Pegasus World Cup. Nix Go makes it 4 in a row. A Breeders' Cup, a Pegasus World Cup, and a slam dunk. He won by 2.5.
Some of the things that set Nix Go apart from other very good horses is definitely his ability to shut off things mentally. He has aggressive training, but when he's finished training, he takes a deep breath, he relaxes, and I think it's worth a lot. He's gotten better as he's gotten older mentally, and I think that's one thing that really benefited him this past season.
No doubt about the winner. Nix Go is back in a big way.
I've always said Saratoga's on an international stage, not just a national stage. Therefore, I think the whole world's watching. And to win their biggest handicap race and with the history of the race, it just means a tremendous amount.
And they're off in the Whitney. Now 1/8 of a mile to the finish, and it is Nix Go out in the middle of the track and holding on to the lead here. It's Nix Go with a wire-to-wire victory in the 94th running of the Grade 1 Whitney.
It is Nix, all systems go to the Breeders' Cup.
Going into the Classic, we had a lot of confidence with him. He had been training extremely well. He obviously had a fantastic start to the season. We had a little bit of a setback with a race in New York in the Met Mile, but then he started capping off a nice string of races. And obviously, the second half of the year was fantastic with a big win at Saratoga, Churchill, and ultimately the Breeders' Cup Classic was, the race that put him in a position to become the top-rated horse in the world.
They're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic, and it is Nix Go. Nix Go has a 2.5-length lead. Medina Spirit, Hot Rod Charlie, Essential Quality. Nix Go, a superstar, wins the Breeders' Cup Classic.
He obviously had a fantastic year, and this was, the cherry on the top in regards to what he could accomplish in 2021. It's a very prestigious honor to be mentioned along with the past recipients of this award, the champions throughout the world, and to be at the top is just a true honor and something to be very proud of. Our team would like to thank Longines and IFHA for the international recognition for Nix Go. Very honored to receive this prestigious award.
Hopefully we'll be seeing Nick Go run his last race on his return to the Pegasus World Cup at Gulfstream Park on Saturday before he heads off to his new career at stud in Kentucky. We wish him all the best, and what a well-deserved winner of this year's award. Well, that's it for this year's Longines World Racing Awards, but it's been an astounding year of action on the track, and we hope you're as excited as we are to see what's over the horizon in 2022. Thank you so much for joining us for this year's awards, and please don't forget to share your reactions on social media using the hashtag Longines World Racing Awards, and let us know what you think of all the results. And we will look forward to seeing you next year for what promises to be another blockbuster year in the world of horse racing.